Powers, senior on this Pea Ridge squad. Panthers again playing without some of their players tonight who are in quarantine. Kickoff, end over end, short kick bounces at the 22, picked up right there, straight ahead across the 30, the 35, still going across the 40, not close to midfield, all the way out across the 45 to the 47. Kamarian Adams on the return for the Panthers, and Panthers will start off with excellent field position at their 48-yard line.
Yeah, nice return that time by the Panthers. Great starting field position at the 48-yard line of Magnolia, and that's where they'll begin offense first time here tonight. And how important is it for the Panthers to get a good drive on this opening possession?
Starting fullback is D-Ray Darrell Williams. They've got at one of the slot backs, Jordan Davis. We mentioned that the Panthers are playing without James Darius Smith tonight. Gary Curry is the left slot with Davis over on the right side. One wide to either side. The quarterback is Dalen Blanchard. First and 10 for the Panthers from their 48-yard line on the left hash mark. Davis went in motion from the right slot. Now he's going to reset. We've seen quite a few Panthers at those slot back positions on the season. A lot of it thanks to COVID. Curry in motion from the left slot, takes the toss, sweep to the right side. He's got a big opening over there. Inside the 40, to the 30, down to the 20. He cuts back, ran through a tackler. He's gone. Touchdown, Magnolia, as B.J. Curry goes 52 yards on the first play from scrimmage for a touchdown.
Well, we said they needed a good drive to start the game. They didn't get that, but they did get a touchdown on one play. So hard to beat that. The Panthers start this game with a bang, and right away, 6-0 lead, and Baker looking to add to that with the extra point. Jay Todd, of course, perfect last week.
You think Coach King said, Mr. Curry, we're missing some players here tonight. We're going to have a lot on your shoulders. There's the kick by Baker. 7-0 Magnolia just that quickly with the 11:41 first quarter. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
People's Bank drive-through services at our main bank are back to our regular hours. We're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. To prevent the possible spread of the coronavirus, our lobbies remain closed at each of our locations. Remember, you can bank anywhere, anytime with the People's Bank online banking and mobile app with mobile deposit. Depositing checks on our mobile app is almost as easy as taking a selfie. We're all in this together. Let's continue to keep each other safe. People's Bank, member FDIC.
How about a one-play scoring drive? 52 yards, just 11 seconds, and the Panthers take a 7-0 lead over Pea Ridge early in this game. Now Baker will kick it off for the Panthers. Boy, you see why the Panthers wanted the ball first. Here's the kick from Baker. He'll kick it deep, end over end. That's going to sail, hits at the 1, and carries on into the end zone, as Marcus Nobles was deep on this side, and it just went over his head and on into the end zone. So it'll be Pea Ridge from their 20-yard line.
You know, the important thing here for Pea Ridge is not to panic at this time. You know, you're in the playoffs, and sometimes the other team starts out with a big play and gets on the board first, and your initial reaction is to kind of panic and think you got to score right away to tie it, but there's, you know, almost a full game left ahead, so plenty of time for Pea Ridge.
Zach Withrow, the quarterback. Joe Adams, the tailback, out of the pistol formation. Two receivers to the left side. They're going to hand off, run straight ahead with their tailback, Joe Adams. He's only going to pick up about a yard as he ran right into the heart of that defensive line for the Panthers. Actually, they got a pretty good spot. We'll call it 2 to the 22-yard line, 2nd and 8.
That is a good spot. I didn't think he had. I was like you. I thought he had about a yard.
That's not where the official was showing the ball being, but anyway, it's 2nd down for Pea Ridge. 11:10 to play, first quarter. Again from the pistol. This time the two receivers go to the right, and again they'll hand off to the tailback, and there is just nothing up the middle. Again, they try to go straight ahead with Joe Adams, and he's going to be brought down, and looks like no gain on the play. 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, not much happening up the middle for Pea And, you know, they want to establish the run first, obviously, but I think they may have to open it up here on 3rd and long if they hope to keep this drive going.
So Cameron Zachary got the tackle there. You got Zachary, you got Mike Jones, you got just that whole defensive line. Panther defense has been mighty tough this year. Out of the shotgun, Withrow. Withrow wants to throw. He's hit as he releases, throws it deep near side. That's tipped away. Mack went up, or excuse me, that's Warren. Warren went up. Was it Mack or Warren? One of them went up and got a finger on that and tipped that pass away.
Yeah, good coverage in the secondary. The quarterback may have been hit slightly as he was releasing the ball. One of the Magnolia front four was into the backfield and was approaching the quarterback. I'm not sure if he quite got to him or not, but may have gotten a hand on him before he released.
So they're going to have to punt it away, 3 and out for the Blackhawks. Here comes the punt. It is away, and it's hauled in by Curry at his 42-yard line. Straight ahead across the 40. Cuts right. He's inside the 40. Inside the 30. Down the sideline. Dragged down from behind. There's the flag. That'll be a horse collar. And the Panthers will get some extra yardage from the flag. Ends up at the 21-yard line. So that was, 29 and 8, about 37 yards on the return, roughly.
This is going to put Magnolia down around the 10-yard line after they mark off half the distance. Normally a 15-yard penalty. Instead, it's going to be half the distance, and they're standing at the 22-yard line, so should take it down to the 11.
Yeah, it should go half the distance. It was a horse collar, not a face mask. Personal foul, half the distance to the goal from the 22 to the 11. First down and 10 for the Panthers. 10-12 to play, first quarter. So the Panthers knocking on the door here after a 3 and out for Pea Ridge, plus that personal foul penalty. Blanchard gets up under center. Out of the flex bone. One wide to either side. Curry in motion, left slot, and goes to his fullback. That is D-Ray on the carry. Short gain for D-Ray. I say short, about 4 yards to the 7-yard line.
And Blanchard, who ran the ball so well last night, we're still waiting on his first carry tonight. Of course, Magnolia's just run 2 plays so far. But look for him to possibly carry here on a 2nd and 6 near the goal line.
Davis right slot, Curry left slot, Williams the fullback. Blanchard the quarterback, Curry in motion, left slot, fakes the handoff, now throws over to Davis, coming around on the sweep to the left side, and he got inside the 5 and then is forced back, got as far as the 4-yard line, a 3-yard gain for Davis for the Panthers, Jordan Davis.
Yeah, nice run, impeccable timing that time by Blanchard as he looked like he was about to keep himself, and at the last possible second pitched out, and a perfect pitch.
So it is 3rd down and 4 for Magnolia. Ball's at the left hash mark. They've got a new slot over on the right side. That is Jacob Hebert. He came in motion and now will reset. Still Curry on the left side. Blanchard gives to his fullback. Fullback dives straight ahead. He's across the goal line. D-Ray in for a touchdown for the Panthers.
Yeah, that was just straight up the head for D-Ray. And, you know, that's the kind of running he loves, just powering it up the middle. And he takes it in for the score, his first score tonight. And the Panthers, threatening early on to maybe put this game away.
Yeah, they up 2 touchdowns. Here comes Baker with the extra point try. Kick is away, and it is good. 14-0 Magnolia. 8:44 on the clock. First quarter. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the experienced team at Southern Caregivers provides expert care to you and your loved ones. Southern Caregivers also provides needed support for seniors, allowing them to remain in the comfort of their own home and maintain their independence. The nurturing and caring companions can be matched to meet emotional, spiritual, and physical needs of the individuals they care for. Call 501-463-9990 today and speak with one of our professionals, or visit southerncaregiversar.com.
I was thinking you said someone else.
Davis.
What number is he?
Okay. On that scoring drive for the Panthers, 3 plays, covered 11 yards, took 2 minutes and 24 seconds. That personal foul penalty for Pea Ridge, that didn't help their cause as it gave the Panthers the football very, very close. Line drive kick, taken at the 3-yard line, near side, back to the middle of the field, now coming back right and unable to escape. Just an onslaught of Panthers there. Marcus Nobles on the return, and his progress got him out as far as the 16-yard line, so that's where the Blackhawks will have the football to start this drive.
Good coverage. There's a deep kick by J. Todd, and Panthers right down there quickly to limit the return by Pea Ridge. They're only out to the 16-yard line, as you mentioned, and that's where they'll set up. 8:36 to go here in the first quarter. Less than 4 minutes off the clock here in the game, Dan, and Panthers already up by 2 scores.
Pea Ridge sends 3 receivers out to the left side. Pistol formation. Withrow, the quarterback. And he's going to his tailback, who was spun around as he ran left of center, spun around a little bit, got across the 20, though, out to the 21-yard line. That was Carlos Martinez on the carry for Pea Ridge to the 21, so that's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Pea Ridge.
Yeah, nice run that time by the tailback, his biggest run of the night. Certainly doesn't sound like much, but just his 4th carry. And, Pea Ridge looking to establish anything right now. They don't even have a first down here in the early going.
From the pistol, 2nd and 5. Right back to the tailback. He got hit once, and then more Panthers come and knocked him back. He didn't get much there, maybe 2 yards to about the
I didn't think he got that much, but a pretty good spot once again.
Yes,
of course, marking there's his forward progress. And
3rd and a long 2 or short 3 here. So 3rd down coming up here for the Blackhawks. Clock running with 7:30 to play in the opening quarter. From the pistol, they'll go right back to the tailback, trying to run straight ahead. Nothing there, but he slips off to the right side after stopped over the left side, came around, and he gets it across the 25, and he'll have the Blackhawks' first down of the night, a gain of 4 on that carry for the tailback, Joe Adams.
Yeah, we mentioned Pea Ridge did not have a first down yet. They get their first on that one, and they're going to try and build on that. They would like to continue this kind of pace of play where they take some time off the clock and just drive the ball down the field 3 or 4 yards at a time. But now they're already down by 2 scores. They're going to have to make something happen.
3 receivers out to the right side. Little play action, roll out right side, and that pass was well behind the intended receiver, Nobles, who was running a little out route on the right side. And had that ball carried a little further, it would have been a pick for Robert Mack.
Yeah, good pressure in the backfield by number 18, Marcus Harper. Forced the quarterback Withrow to throw it a little bit before he wanted to. So good play by Harper, and brings up 2nd and 10 with just under 7 minutes to go here in the first period.
A couple of receivers go to the right, one to the left. Withrow out of the shotgun is loaned back to his left. They bring Trevor Blair in motion right to left. He spins around, comes back to the right side, a fumble, and
there's also a flag.
Was there a flag? Okay,
play.
There was a whistle there, okay.
It's going to be a dead play, basically, as illegal procedure the call against Pea Ridge.
Going to back him up 5 back to the 22. So 2nd and 15 coming up here for the Blackhawks. Now try contactless delivery. Carry out or new curbside pickup at your Magnolia Pizza Hut. Call in your order at 870-234-8380, or you can order online at pizzahut.com. From the shotgun, Withrow. Withrow rolling right, looking, now throws it up near sideline, trying to run under it is Nobles, but that pass carries out of bounds. Good coverage there also for the Panthers by Jakeem Warren. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, the pass was well overthrown, but the receiver was wide open that time, and that's something Magnolia might want to keep an eye on. I don't know how he got so wide open, but the receiver was there if they can figure out a way to get the ball to him.
14-0 Magnolia, 6:35 in the opening quarter. A couple of receivers right. They'll stack on the right side and one to the left. From the shotgun, Withrow, again, roll out right side, throws on the run. Again, he's shooting for Nobles, and again, he overthrew him. And again, good coverage there by Jakeem Warren for the Panthers. So really, Withrow pretty much threw it where he had to throw it there as Warren was there pretty tight on the receiver.
Yeah, Noble's that time not nearly as open as he was on second down. Much better coverage that time by the Panthers. Forces upcoming punt by Pea Ridge with 6.5 left. And
so Panthers ought to get some excellent field position.
Yeah, Dan, if Magnolia puts in another score here, Pea Ridge in some real trouble.
6:30 to play first quarter. The punt is away by Trevor Blair. And that is going to bounce. Curry will take it at the 35-yard line off the bounce. Comes back to the left side across the 40. And he just muscled his way against 3 tacklers out as far as the 44-yard line.
Here's a flag down. It came out just about after the ball was snapped. Let's wait and see what that's going to be.
All right, his mic cut out. He called a
roughing the snapper. Is that what he said?
Personal foul, roughing the snapper against the Panthers.
Roughing the snapper. So
I don't
that's
think I've ever heard that
I haven't heard that either. I've never heard of a roughing the snapper penalty, but that's going to bring it back.
Yeah, that's a big call because Magnolia is going to have the ball in pretty good field position. Instead, now it's going to be Pea Ridge football at around the 36, 37-yard line.
That should give them a first down. It was 4th and 15, so that 15-yard penalty should give them a first down. And it will. To the 37-yard line of Pea Ridge. So they get their second first down of the night. Get that one by a penalty. Roughing the snapper.
I have never heard that before. I actually did not know that was a possible penalty.
I mean, I guess you could rough anybody, but yeah, you don't
hear
that one called very often.
You don't hear that specifically called.
They hand off on a jet sweep, and now they try to go with a reverse, but it bounced off of Will Anderson, picked up by the quarterback, throws it downfield in a crowd, intercepted by Warren, up the far sideline, now back toward the middle of the field, coming to the left side. He's out at midfield, and he'll be tackled just on the Magnolia side of midfield. He just threw up a prayer there. They tried to go with the reverse, but it was mishandled there, and all that Withrow could do is he just picked it up and chunked it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that looks like a good idea at the time. Afterwards, you think, what was I thinking on that? That was one of those plays, and I tell you, they got a perfect bounce after the fumble, and goes right to the quarterback. He would have been smart just to try and run and get whatever he could out of it.
So the Panthers, they get that excellent field position back. They're at their own 47-yard line, first down and 10 after the interception. Curry in motion, fake to the fullback. Now a pitch on the option coming to the near side and going to be tackled at the 46. Going to lose yardage there on the option pitch to Jacob Hebert. And Hebert seeing a little more time back there at that slot back position. And that pitch was not exactly on the money.
That's
there.
what I was going to say. The pitch was a little bit in front of him. He had to try and corral it, was able to do so, but his timing was off. And once he got control of the ball, he was about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 3 Pea Ridge players already in the backfield.
Lost a yard on the play. There's the option throw to Curry on the right side, and boy, he was hit right in the midsection. As soon as he took that football, Joe Adams hit him right in the midsection, and the Panthers lose yardage again, back to their 44 after a 1-yard loss on the previous play. Now a 2-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd down and 13 for Magnolia.
And hard to believe that's just Curry's first carry since his opening carry of a 52-yard touchdown. And, Magnolia's, they haven't run a whole lot of plays. They've been able to move the ball so well. Here they're facing, 3rd and 13 to go. Clock moving, 4:35 to play, opening period.
Looked like the opening was there for the fullback on that play. It wasn't there for Curry. They were keying on him and going to take a timeout here with 4:27 to play first quarter. 14-0 Magnolia. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
When everything changes for you, visit shelter agent Gary Donfera in Magnolia. So So Magnolia uses their first. I tried to sneak in a real quick drink of water there before it came back on the air. Not a good idea. Thinking of ideas that look good at the time but were not so good. 3rd down and 13 for the Panthers from their 44-yard line. My apologies to all the people back home for coughing on you. Out of the flex bone, there's a toss to the they had Curry set up at fullback, and here he goes. Comes left side, and he's going all the way to the house. That is Curry, and he went untouched to the end zone. Wow.
What a run that was. I was just thinking, we might see our first pass tonight by Magnolia. Instead, the pitch out, and you can see the advantage in speed that Magnolia has here tonight. As once Curry found that lane, he kind of split the two defenders, and once he did, there was no one that had a chance to catch up with him.
4:17 on the clock in the first quarter. 56 yards for the touchdown. That run by Curry, the extra point kick by Baker, good. And with 4:17 to play first quarter, 21-0 Magnolia. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Hiring someone you trust can be the hardest part of owning a business. At Bo Moses Trucking, trust has been at the top of our list. When you need to get precious cargo from one place to another without worrying about damage, delays, or lost freight, Bo Moses Trucking is the one to count on. Based in Magnolia, Arkansas since 1999, we have the resources and equipment to take care of all your flatbed freight hauling. Visit us on Facebook or call 870-234-2803. Bo Moses Trucking. Trust us to go the distance.
So you might stop Curry one time. You're not necessarily going to stop him the next time.
Yeah, how would you
like
he
was stopped for a 2-yard loss?
These stats,
yeah, 56-yard
He's
run.
got over 100 yards rushing on 3 carries and 2 touchdowns. So
3 plays on that drive, 53 yards, took him in at 31. Baker will kick it off for the Panthers, end over end. That'll carry to the 5-yard line. That is Nobles again on the near side, running up the middle, and he dodges some tacklers. Now cuts back right at the 35, over to the 40, and he is dragged down from behind there.
I believe there's J-Todd who got in on the tackle that time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he caught up with him over there on the sideline and took him down.
Yeah, when your kicker is making the tackle, Dan, that's not what you want to see.
No, that's not what you want to see.
Coach. That's usually bad sign. And
well, it looked like the Panthers had him corralled back there, but he came right through the middle of them, all the way out to the 42-yard line. So that's where Pea Ridge will start this drive. This game ain't over, folks.
It's
early.
A lot of time left to play. The key, though, is if Magnolia can get up by 35 points by halftime, then that would do it.
Yeah. Out of the pistol, yeah, because it's hard to come down once once you're down 35. And
there is no way you can come back in the mercy rule.
No. Handoff goes to the tailback, jumping over top of that defensive line for the Panthers. Carlos Martinez on the carry, gets it across the 45 to the 46. A 4-yard gain for Martinez brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Blackhawks.
Almost looked like he was using a high jump maneuver to get over one of the defenders that time. Kind of that up and over kind of look when you see those track people trying to clear the bar.
He did a good job at getting him an extra yard or 2 there. So 2nd down and 6 for the Blackhawks. They'll go back to the tailback. They switch tailbacks. Joe Adams now on the carry, and they're doing a lot of just straight ahead running. They're into Panther territory to the 48-yard line after that 6-yard carry, and that should be a 1st down. It is.
You're going to give him the 1st down on that one.
So 1st and 10 for the Blackhawks at the Panther 48-yard line. 3:20 on the clock, first quarter. We'll have our Magnolia Regional Medical Center halftime show coming up for you, and we'll have our Bodcall Bank Panther Spotlight for you at the half. 1st and 10 Blackhawks. Hand off again, going to the tailback. Trying to slip off to the right side is Joe Adams, and he did dodge one tackler there, but brought down at the 45, a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7 coming up. Beautiful night for football here in Magnolia.
Ideal tonight. You couldn't ask for a better weather, especially for the first round of the playoffs. And great for our fans here in Magnolia, Dan. They get to enjoy a night out like this.
2nd and 7 for the Blackhawks from the Panther 45-yard line from the shotgun Withrow. And quarterback keeps it, running to the right side, and he sees a slew of Panthers in front of him, and he'll run it out of bounds. But he did pick up the first down. The tailback in the backfield, Adams, he got taken out.
Yeah, and he is shaken up. He's going to come out. He's holding his left arm, and I tell you what, we may not see a whole lot of him.
Bringing. This is the first time we've seen Cody Morales out there, another of their running backs. I think he's just a freshman, at least according to this roster. Morales is just a freshman, but he's played a good bit for him back there at running back. It's a hold on the offense for the Blackhawks, so it's going to back it up.
Yeah,
ended up with a good run out of the quarterback.
Joe Adams hurt and goes out for nothing on a play that doesn't count and wipes out a good run by quarterback Withrow.
So backs him up to the 47. It's 2nd down and about 14. Withrow wants to throw, and he has time. He throws it up. He has a receiver who got past the defender over there on the far sideline, but he was backpedaling and kind of stumbled and went down, and it falls and hits the grass, incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 14 for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, Withrow got the ball there, just about on target, off a little bit. The receiver, like you said, kind of had to wait for it, was backpedaling and just couldn't hold on to it as he fell to the ground. And so instead of, again, having the ball inside the 40-yard line of Magnolia, Pea Ridge facing 3rd and 13 at their own 48-yard line. And I would imagine they would go for it here on 4th down. They're trailing 21-0. They need some points.
2 wide right side, 1 wide left. That's the wide side of the field. From the pistol with a slot sitting over to the right side. Withrow back to pass, and he will throw it. That should be intentional grounding. There's the flag. As he had Cameron Zachary ready to lay him out, and Withrow just threw it into the ground. He said, I don't want none of that.
Yeah, Zachary just, he was bearing down on the quarterback. And you could see Withrow, there, it looked like there was probably a receiver he could have grounded it to over to the left, but instead he just...
Oh, they're going to pick up the flag.
Okay.
They're going to say Martinez, the slot back, was in the area, so they're not going to charge intentional grounding. But still, it's an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 4th down and 14.
He was in the area code. I'm not sure he was in the area.
No,
but
he pretty much spiked the football.
He spiked the football to avoid the sack. That should have been a penalty.
So that's 4th and 14, and Trevor Blair on to punt it away for the Blackhawks. Panthers with 2 men back. Punt is away, a high knuckling floating punt. It hit a player in the back, and a loose football. Looked like it hit the back of a Panther.
It
so
did. It hit
a
one
battle
of the Panthers
for
in the back, and let's see who got it.
Yeah, it looks like BJ. BJ got in there into that crowd. He and Withrow were in there battling for it, and BJ ended up with the football.
Very fortunate for the Panthers to come up with it that time. That could have been disaster, as it would have given Pea Ridge 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line of Magnolia. And that's one of those plays you have to know what to do on special teams. And that time, one of the Panthers not aware of where the ball was traveling and allowed himself to get hit in the back with it.
So they get their worst field position of the night back at the 18-yard line, but at least they do keep the football. Panthers out of the flex bone with 1 wide to either side. Blanchard up under center, 1st down 10. Curry in motion from the left slot. Ball knocked loose, and one of the defensive linemen for Pea Ridge will get on top of that football as that ball just shot back into the backfield as they tried to run it up the middle, and Michael Erickson gets on top of it.
Yeah, I believe Erickson, he was reacting very quickly. I think he had time to try and pick it up. He kind of had a nice bounce. Surprised he didn't try and scoop it up and get some more yardage. I believe he might have scored if he had.
He's a big man. He would have been a tough man to bring down. So they got the football at the 14-yard line of the Magnolia Panthers. They line up in a hurry. 1st down and 10 after the Panther turnover. Handoff goes to the tailback. That is Morales. Morales dodges some tacklers running straight ahead. Gets it down to the 7-yard line. That'll be a 7-yard carry. And it brings up 2nd and 3 for the Blackhawks.
You got a chance to put this Blackhawk team just about out of it if the Panthers had a drive that time. Instead, Pea Ridge about to score. You cannot let teams kind of get up and stay in the game when you got a chance to knock them out. So hopefully this will not come back to hurt Magnolia.
2 wide left, out of the pistol to the tailback. That is Adams. He is back out there. Adams doesn't get much, though. They're running a lot of plays just right straight up the middle. And this time a good stop after only a 1-yard gain to the 6-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 2 as we look into the spotlights over to the far side there, trying to. That's one of the hardest spots. Whoever put these lights in at Panther Stadium didn't have a clue. 3rd down and 2 from the 6 for the Blackhawks. Out of the shotgun is Withrow. Withrow is going to keep. There's a flag, though, a whistle with the snap. False start. False start. Going to back them up 5. So they're knocking on the door, and they back themselves up 5.
Dead ball foul as the whistle blew before the snap. You know, instead of, 3rd and a yard, yard and a half, 2 yards, it's now going to be much more difficult 3rd and 6.5. Yeah.
7 from the 11-yard line. So, yeah, it makes things a little more difficult for the Blackhawks. 40 seconds left in the opening quarter here at Panther Stadium. Withrow out of the shotgun with Adams to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Withrow wants to throw. He's looking to those receivers, and that's picked off down inside the 5-yard line. Coming to the near side, that's Harper to the 20. He's across the 30 to the 40 as he's running up the sideline and finally caught up with and brought down by Cooper Tillman. But a big pick for Mr. Harper, and he runs it back to midfield.
Yeah, that's a huge defensive play by the Panthers. And you have to wonder about how much, does Pea Ridge really want to try and throw the ball here tonight? These stats for the Pea Ridge quarterback, not great. 0 of 6 with 2 interceptions. I'm not sure what that passer rating is, but I think it's around 0 somewhere. So
I tell you what, that was a bullet. That was a heck of a pick there by Marcus Harper.
And a good return, very good return out near midfield, right at midfield.
Yeah, right at the 50. So 1st and 10 there for the Panthers. 16 seconds on the clock in the opening quarter. Blanchard up under center. Panthers out of their flex bone. Right slot back comes in motion. Back to pass. He has got a man out over the middle. That's Curry. Pulls it in at the 30. Gets free from the tackler. He cuts toward the right corner. He's gone. Touchdown Magnolia as the Panthers on the pass play from Blanchard to Curry. 50 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, first pass of the night for the Panthers, and Blanchard makes good on it. Hits Curry right in stride. Curry makes a nice move to avoid a tackle as he breaks it outside and takes it in for an easy score. And the Panthers here with 28 points here in the opening quarter. This game just about out of reach already. And if they can take this lead, add one more score to it, the Panthers will have this game wrapped up at halftime.
Baker's kick is on the way and good, and it is now 28-0 with 5.2 on the clock in the opening quarter here at Panther Stadium. At halftime, we'll bring you the Magnolia Regional Medical Center halftime show. The Magnolia Women's Center is your hometown provider for comprehensive women's health. Dr. Scow and his team provide prenatal care, newborn delivery, and a full range of gynecological and surgical care. Call 235-3608 for your appointment. So the Panthers, after the interception thrown by Withrow, and Harper's return to the 50-yard line, then one play, another big play, a big pass play to Curry, and he carries it on in.
Yeah, Panthers have scored tonight on plays of 50, 52, and 56 yards, plus a 4-yard run by D-Ray tonight. So the Panthers have scored on some big plays against this Pea Ridge defense. And I think a big part of it is just the speed. Magnolia gets someone open outside, and once they do, once they're in space, they have been able to outmaneuver the defense and run away from the defenders.
Baker will kick it off for the Panthers. 5.2 on the clock in the opening quarter, so they'll have this kickoff in the return, and that should wrap up the first quarter. Baker's kick, line drive kick that skips at the 10-yard line, and then it kind of drags left and goes out of bounds. So they will run a play because that kick ended up going out of bounds. 28-0, Magnolia with the lead over the Pea Ridge Blackhawks here. first round of the Class 5A playoffs.
On the kicking team, kicking it out of bounds. Ball will be placed on the 35-yard line.
The Blackhawks will take it at the 35.
First and 10 Blackhawks from their own 35.
First down 10.
Remaining in our first quarter.
And following a kickoff, this is, I believe, the best starting field position for Pea Ridge. You know, they started, of course, in Panther territory after the turnover, but as far as getting it after a kickoff, starting at the 35 is about a 15-yard jump ahead for the Blackhawks.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers go left, got a slot over there as well. Hand off to the tailback. Adams running behind that slot, gets some good blocking over the left side, and he is out to about the 45-yard line. That's well, they're going to say his knee was down back at the 48, so an 8-yard carry for Adams, and that's the last play of the first quarter. After one, 28-0 Magnolia. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Having been established in 1903, Bodcall Bank has 117 years of stability as a community bank. We pride ourselves in putting our customers' needs first. We are excited and proud to be a part of this community. I am Jeff White.
And I'm Callie Epperson. Come visit us at 2125 North Jackson in Magnolia. Whether it's the purchase of a new home, a sound business investment, or simply advice on your banking needs, at Bodcall Bank, we're ready for what's ahead.
Be kind, be considerate, be Bodcall.
3-4 times. Yeah.
After the quarters, we'll play 1 minute. We'll take a 1 minute break. So we go into the second quarter here tonight. From the pistol, they'll send a couple of receivers to the left side. It's second down and 2 for the Blackhawks. With throw, hands off to his tailback. Gets behind his blocking, finds an opening. Again, they just pretty much running it straight ahead into about the 47-yard line. That's about a 4-yard carry there for Adams. And that is enough for a first down. Just needed 2 for a first down.
He's already carried the ball 10 times tonight and doesn't have nearly what Curry has on just one carry, on one of his carries. So
because he's had some big plays.
He's had some big plays. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the difference there.
2 receivers go right, plus a slot back over on the right side from the pistol. With throw, wants to throw. He throws it up deep on that go route on the far side. Trevor Blair trying to run under it, but good coverage there by the Panthers, and that's gonna go long and incomplete. Second and 10.
This passing game by Pea Ridge, they might want to reevaluate that and maybe stay away from it. Nothing good has happened for them tonight when they've thrown the ball, and in fact, 2 interceptions so far tonight. If I was Pea Ridge, I'd stay on the ground as much as possible, even though they're down 28-0.
Second and 10. And they'll go to their tailback. That is Adams. Adams, after getting hit at the line, able to put off a pretty good run there as he got inside the 35 to the 33 of Magnolia. 20-yard carry there for Joe Adams. It looked like that he might come down right there at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to, again, get behind his blocking and take off.
Well, he's running stronger as the night goes on. His first 3 carries tonight, 2 yards, 2 yards, 0 yards. His last 3 carries, 8, 4, and 20. So he's getting better as this game progresses.
Just under 11 minutes to play, second quarter, and they'll go right back to the tailback. And again, that offensive line, and that's a big offensive line. They're opening up a nice hole up the middle, and Adams gets it down to the 20. That's 13 more yards for Joe Adams.
Adams starting to come on here. It may be too late, maybe not for Pea Ridge. Down 28-0 here with 10:44 to play in the first half. You know, the biggest thing for Pea Ridge is to avoid the mercy rule by halftime.
2 receivers into the boundary to the left side. They're going to go right back to Adams, though, and he is met in the backfield. That is Cameron Zachary, and he brings him down. No gain on the play as he's tackled right there at the 20-yard line. Mr. Zachary. Mr. Zachary, I tell you what, Mr. Zachary, he's brought down a few people this year.
Just a few, yeah. He's got some good stats this year for the defense of Magnolia. And let's see what Pea Ridge wants to do here on second down. They would be very wise, I think, to keep the ball on the ground, maybe change up what they're running, but certainly not the passing game.
Second down and 10, and a rollout to the right side, and he had an open receiver that time. His slot back, Carlos Martinez, over on the right side. He was open, but the pass went long, and Martinez couldn't pull it in, so it's incomplete, and now it's third down and 10.
Well, that's the thing with this quarterback, Zach Withrow. I mean, he just doesn't seem to be able to hit his receivers even when they are open. That's only been the second time tonight where I've really seen a Pea Ridge receiver, open enough that it would be a nice play. But Withrow just not able to connect. And the times he has connected, it's been with the Magnolia players. So not what you want to see if you're a Blackhawk fan.
From the shotgun is Withrow. We got a whistle with the snap there.
The play, yeah. This is probably going to be another illegal procedure call.
Sure, if we had movement there, or did they? I wasn't watching the play clock.
Yeah, illegal procedure.
Yep, false start there. Yeah, illegal procedure against the Blackhawks. Backs them up 5, back to the 25-yard line. Buttermilking the center, huh, Jeff? Says that's the same thing as roughing the snapper. Buttermilking.
I'm not sure it could.
When he was a kid.
Could be. I'm not sure about that. That roughing the snapper, that's still, the funny thing about football is no matter how many games I go to, I see something new every game, which is amazing.
Third and 15 for Pea Ridge. 9:52 on the clock. Withrow wants to throw. He has some time this time, and he throws it up, and he's got a receiver there, but it is batted away at the last second up to get it. Trying to get the number on that Panther that knocked that ball loose. Looked like Nobles had an opportunity to pull that ball in. I believe is that Abear? Is that 22?
If it was 22, I didn't see the number. I was wondering if Pea Ridge has a kicker here that a solid kicker that might attempt a field goal here. And that looks like exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go for what's going to amount to a 42-yard field goal. The ball is going to be placed at the 32-yard line, it looks like. And now we got a timeout called by Pea Ridge.
They're going to discuss it just a little bit. Yeah, they set up the tee and everything, but they're going to take a timeout. So 9:45 in the second quarter, 28-0 Magnolia. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1. The annual membership drive is underway at Columbia County Ambulance Service. Columbia County Ambulance has twice been named the Arkansas Ambulance Service of the Year. Membership prices haven't changed since 1988. Normal annual fees are $40 for an individual or $60 for a family. Renew your membership before November 13th and receive $10 off the family and individual membership prices. Renew today at Columbia County Ambulance, 218 South Pine in Magnolia, or renew online at ColumbiaCountyAmbulance.com. Colin Stewart is the kicker. This is a 42-yard attempt from pretty much down the middle, plenty of distance, and it must have hooked left.
I think he missed it just left that time. It was very close. And we were talking during the break, Dan, that was a big field goal attempt for Pea Ridge. A make would have forced Magnolia to score twice to put this game in the mercy rule, which would have been hard here in this first half, just 9:40 left to play. But now the Panthers with a chance to go up by one more score, and then if they can hold on, that's going to, the game is basically over at that point if they get to halftime and up by 35 or more.
So Panther football from their 25-yard line. After the missed wide left on the kick from Colin Stewart. Panthers out of the flex bone from their 25-yard line. Blanchard hands to his fullback. They'll just dive straight ahead to the 29-yard line. D-Ray carries it there. Draylon Williams for the Panthers. 4 yards to the 29-yard line.
Well, Dan, speaking of the mercy rule, here's a score that our listeners will be interested in. Greenbrier leading Brooklyn 36-0 in the second quarter.
Greenbrier the underdog there. Back to the fullback, and D-Ray's going to bounce it out to the right side. He's to midfield. He's going down the sideline. He is gone. He's to the 10, the 5. He hit him in the ankle from behind, but he carries it on in for a touchdown. D-Ray goes 71 yards for the touchdown. Wow, he shows his speed as he started up the middle and then slid out to the right, and boy, he was gone.
Yeah, that was just a great show of athleticism by Big D. Ray Williams as he got it outside, and once he did, able to outrun the Pea Ridge defense. And again, you see the advantage in speed that Magnolia has tonight, and another example right there.
Extra point kick by Baker is good. Panthers go up 35-0 with 8:59 on the clock, second quarter. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Hey everyone, Lucas Cheatham here. Have a case of the summertime blues? Well, Health Quest Therapy is here for you. We know it's hot out there, but it's time to get active. Come say hi to our new physical therapist, Morgan Hegei. Morgan is not only certified in treating neurological conditions like Parkinson's, but she is also certified in our newest service, dry needling. Don't worry, Health Quest Therapy is following all social distancing guidelines. Stop by and see us at 1515 East Main in Magnolia. Stay cool, y'all.
Wasn't trusting my wheel there. Two plays, went 75 yards, took 41 seconds on that drive. Of course, the big run, a 71-yard run by Darrell Williams. 35-0, and you're right, that's the margin. 35 to kick off the Mercy really doesn't start. You have to get into the second half. So now the Panthers will try to prevent Pea Ridge from getting a score before the half. Still got a lot of time left in the second quarter. Baker's kickoff, high, end over end, taken at the 11-yard line, right down the middle of the field, grabbed, but he got away and now brought down at the 25-yard line. Ryder Jackson there on the tackle for the Panthers. So the return to the 25, and that's where the Blackhawks will have this football. Well, we're a long way from being done with this one, but you sure got to think the Panthers are sitting pretty right now.
I'd rather be where the Panthers are right now than where Pea Ridge
so.
is, for sure. But, yeah, it's not over, but Pea Ridge has got to make something happen now. They're down 35, and if they don't score any points, this game is over at halftime.
Pistol formation, and they're going to go to the tailback. They've liked running in the heart, right up the heart of that offensive line. Like I said, they got some big bodies there. That's about a 2-yard carry for Adams to the 27-yard line. Second down and 8. And the thing about it is, I mean, they've still got 8.5 minutes until half, so they don't have to change their attack right now to make sure that they score before halftime. They can run what they're comfortable running, but they haven't had a lot of success with it so far. From the pistol, fake the handoff, and now a pass on a slant in from the right side. And that was a little behind Trevor Blair, and he couldn't pull it in.
That was one, though, that should have been caught. One of the better passes we've seen Withrow throw tonight. It was a little bit behind his receiver, but it's still, he had both hands on the ball, and it was not that hard to catch. Should have been brought down, and it would have been a nice little pickup. Maybe not the first down, but somewhere between 5 and 10 yards. And it certainly would beat now 3rd and 8 for the Blackhawks.
From their 27. Slot and a couple receivers to the right, one into the boundary to the left. Withrow, roll out, right side, looking, now throwing. That is caught out around the 40-yard line, and the Panthers will surround. He found an opening in that Panther defense there, the receiver did, and that's going to move the chains, the completion to Marcus Nobles.
Yeah,
first pickup of 13.
First completion of the night for Pea Ridge. And the quarterback, Withrow, took a big hit after releasing the ball. And I was kind of looking around to see if there's a flag, but defender for Magnolia there just as the ball was released.
1st and 10 from their 40. And they'll go back to the tailback. Adams tried running up the middle, then bouncing out to the right side. And Panthers having a hard time bringing him down. They had him in their grasp for a loss, but he was able to fight forward and get out to the 42-yard line. Ends up picking up 2 positive out of that.
Yeah, Adams a tough runner. We've seen that tonight. That was his 15th carry already. I don't have his total yet, but we'll get that at halftime. But he is tough. He's been their workhorse so far here tonight.
Yeah, he got banged up there earlier in the half too, but he was able to come back, and yeah, he's been their workhorse. 2nd and 8 for the Blackhawks. They'll go right back to him. Again, running straight ahead, and Zachary comes down on top of him. Bell also in on that tackle as the gain just 2 to the 44-yard line for Mr. Adams, Joe Adams.
Yeah, in the last few plays, Magnolia's done a better job with the middle of that defense kind of converging, not getting blocked to the outside and letting that hole open up. And the last 3 carries by Adams has all been for 2 yards apiece.
Big 3rd down on this drive now, 3rd and 6 for the Blackhawks. Again, they face, potential mercy rule going into the second half if they can't score. Withrow's back to pass. Now chased out of the pocket, has to throw it on the run as he had a receiver coming back on the far side. And he caught it. He caught it over on the sideline just beyond the first down marker. Nobles did a good job coming back for that and getting open for Withrow to hit him. And that'll move the chains into Panther territory to the 49-yard line, 7 yards.
Yeah, nice play that time for Pea Ridge. Withrow doing a good job rolling out. I thought there might have been a hold in the backfield by Pea Ridge, but nothing called that time. Instead, it's 1st and 10 now as the Blackhawks have moved inside Magnolia territory.
From the pistol, couple receivers go left. They shift their tight end over there as well. The slot on the right, and Ryder Jackson comes across. Hard count, Ryder Jackson came across from that right defensive end slot. So that'll give Pea Ridge 5 yards on a penalty there, the offside. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Blackhawks of Pea Ridge. 5 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock in the second quarter. Magnolia leads 35-0 over the Blackhawks. Dan Gregory with Mark Trout from Panther Stadium to the tailback. Again, they open a big hole up the middle, and he's going to get all the way down to the 31-yard line. Joe Adams with another big run for Pea Ridge, positive yardage of 13 yards. And a 1st down, they'll move the chains again.
I shouldn't have talked too soon. I kind of jinxed the Magnolia defense that time, I think.
Line up in a hurry. Right back to the tailback. Nothing there up the middle, so he slips left just a little bit and picks up yardage to the 27. That's about 4 yards on that carry. Well, about 5 yards. They got a pretty good spot there, didn't they?
They got a real good spot, down to looks like the 26-yard line.
So 2nd and 5. Adams to the right of the quarterback, Withrow. Couple receivers go to the right side. Withrow's given back to Adams, who he was able to step over a tackler in the backfield. Comes left, gets inside the 20, down around the 17, 18-yard line. Sean Bell there for the Panthers. Also Devin Dunn in on that tackle, it looks like. That's going to be a 1st down. Where's it spotted? At the 18, so that was 8 yards. Adams steadily moving this football. 1st down Blackhawks, 4:30 to play, first half. Now roll out right side, and the quarterback just dropped it as he was going back to pass. That is picked up. That's a live football coming back the other way at the 50, at the 40, and that's going to go all the way to the end zone for the Panthers. Marcus Harper, the quarterback Withrow just came back, cocked his arm back, and the ball came loose. And Harper, was it Harper or was it Dunn?
I think it was Harper that time.
It was, okay, it was Harper.
Okay. Get it. I believe that's right. And Harper, you said it. I mean, there was no reason for Withrow to fumble that time. Just lost his grip on the ball, and he went to the ground when he did it. He was kind of slipping, and what a fortunate break for the Panthers, as it looked like Pea Ridge about to go in and pull a little bit closer. Instead, Magnolia now looking to go up by 42.
That was Harper. Yeah, on the fumble recovery. Extra point kick by Baker is good. So Magnolia goes up 42-0 with 4:12 to play in quarter number 2. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Doctors Chambliss and Davis and Lynn Wilkerson have made adjustments to keep you safe and still give the best care possible with the transition to phone and telemedicine visits. All routine visits such as follow-ups, medication refills, or wellness and general checkups will be seen 8:30 to 11 a.m. All sick visits from 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 12 to 2 on Fridays. If you have fever, please call the medical staff to tell them you're there, then stay in your car till they call you. Find more information on Facebook. Doctors Chambliss and Davis and Lynn Wilkerson, thank you for your cooperation.
going with 75 yards on the fumble return by Marcus Harper for the Panthers. 75-yard return, and that puts the Panthers up 42-0 over the Pea Ridge Blackhawks. Yeah, that ball just, he cocked back to pass, and the ball came loose, and Harper picked it up, turned on the afterburners, and he was gone.
Very unusual looking play that time, but Magnolia will take it.
Baker's kickoff, short kick, they'll call a fair catch.
I think, yeah, and then he starts trying to
start running with it.
Yeah.
He did start running with it, but then he thought better. He hauled it in at the 29.
Yeah, that was a very faint fair catch, almost like he didn't want anyone to see it, and was kind of judged to see what kind of coverage there was after he made the catch. And he was wishing, I think, afterwards that he hadn't made the fair catch, but instead, still decent field position at their own 30-yard line. But right now, Pea Ridge in some serious trouble, down 42-0, and they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion just to stay in the game after halftime, and that's not even including what they'd have to do to climb out of this hole in the second half.
From the pistol, they'll send two receivers to the right side from their 31st and 10, and they'll go to the tailback, and again, they're going to run it right up the gut as they go with their freshman running back, Cody Morales there. And Morales out to the 35, picked up 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 5. Clock counting with under 3:50 to play in the second quarter.
For Adams, that's his 20th carry already of the game.
That was Morales there that carried.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 49, Morales.
That wasn't his 20th carry of the game.
No, he's carried a few times, though.
He got a couple, yeah.
He's a freshman running back. They're going to go back to him again. And again, it's just straight ahead. Ryder Jackson is there to bring him down just shy of the 40, so about a 4-yard carry to the 39. Make it a 3-yard to the 38. How about that? So 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Blackhawks. They were moving the football, too. That was a big fumble by the quarterback, Withrow, on that return by Harper.
Yeah, they had it down to the 18-yard line. It looked like they're going to take it in for the points.
Yeah, and possibly avoid the mercy rule. Ooh, he is hit. Who got his legs? Took his legs out from under him.
He's going to be about a yard and a half.
I believe that was Cameron that took his ankles out from under him and dropped him at the 39, so only got a yard. And they got 4th and 1 coming up. Of course, down by 42 points, facing the mercy rule. They're lining up to go for it here on 4th and 1.
I think you got to go for it in this situation. And running up the middle against Magnolia has not proved very profitable for the Blackhawks so far. Let's see if they try something else here on 4th and short.
4th and 1, 2 receivers left into the boundary. They're going right back to the tailback, and this time he's going to be dropped for a loss as they went back to Morales, and Morales is dropped for about they're going to spot it at the 38-yard line, so a 1-yard loss on the play, and it goes to Magnolia on downs.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's basically the game right now. Magnolia can take a knee these next few plays, run out the clock in the first half, and they would have the game wrapped up, as that mercy rule with the continuous running clock in the second half would, you cannot come back from that. There's just not time.
There is just no way. Yeah, there's no time with the mercy rule and the clock running to come back from a 42-point. I wonder what the biggest deficit. Sometimes somebody has come back from a deficit, a mercy rule deficit to win.
Well, I've seen it happen before, but not before the mercy rule started. Once the mercy rule starts, there's not time.
Handoff, that's the fullback, Darrellin Williams, to the 35-yard line, gain of 3. So you're telling me that it's never, ever been done.
It's not possible. You cannot do it. I saw Nashville play against Shiloh Christian at Shiloh one year, and they had built a 35-point lead in the first half, Nashville had. And that was back when they had that quarterback that went to Auburn. I can't think of what his name was. And somehow they got a couple scores before halftime, and then came back to win the game like 49-42 or something like that. But if Nashville had gotten to halftime, it would have.
It shortens the game definitely.
It shortened. You can't come back.
I just got to think. I just hate to say never.
I'm going to say I don't like to say never either. In this situation, I'm going to say it because the other team can just run the ball 3 times, and that would take off. That would take off like 5 or 6 minutes, and you just have to do that a few times. And then the clock continues to run when the other team gets it.
1 yard for D-Ray as they run the fullback dive. Panthers are content to Although you never know when the Panthers are going to break one. It's 3rd and 6 now at the 34. Coming up on a minute to play in the first half.
Main thing is they don't need to turn the ball over here and give Pea Ridge easy points.
Quarterback's going to keep it, and look at the big hole there for Tanner Nielsen. He carries it all the way to the end zone. What a fake on the fake handoff to the fullback, and he came around and ran through the right side. You could have drove a truck through that hole, and he just waltzed on into the end zone. 34 yards for Tanner Nielsen for the score.
Well, you just perfect timing, Dan. You just said you never know when a Panther's going to break one, and right on cue, Tanner Nielsen takes it in for the touchdown. What timing by you, Dan, and what a run by Tanner, the senior, to come off the bench and make that play.
Baker's extra point kick is good. That makes it 49-0 Magnolia with 54.9 seconds left first half. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Getting a Coke at McDonald's is easier done than said. How so? Well, by the time I finished the sentence, you could have already pulled up to the drive-thru window, handed over $1, and grabbed your Coke. Instead, you're listening to me just talk to you about how delicious, fizzy, and amazing a Coke from McDonald's would be when you could already be enjoying the happiness I'm describing. In fact, right now, you'll be like 4 tasty gulps in. That fourth gulp. Man, it's special.
Right now, McDonald's, get $1 any size soft drink or sweet tea. You pick the flavor. Any size, $1. Limited time offer. Prices of participation may vary. A la carte only.
Short night, Zach. Three-play scoring drive, 38 yards. Took a minute 23. Coming up at the halftime, we're going to bring you the Magnolia Panther, or the Bodcall Bank Panther Spotlight. Let me get it right. Bodcall Bank Panther Spotlight. Bodcall Bank, our sponsor of that, serving South Arkansas since 1903. We've enjoyed doing that in each of our games. Kickoff by Baker, end over end kick. And that's going to bounce at the 22, and it's going to carry out of bounds. That was untouched. It dropped between a couple of Blackhawks there and bounced out of bounds. So that looks like they'll probably take it at the 35-yard line. Jeff says that Shiloh Christian overcame a couple of 24-point deficits. Wasn't mercy rule, but
they came back from 35 against Nashville. I believe that was 2009 when Shiloh had that quarterback that played for Auburn for a year or two and then transferred to OBU. I cannot remember his name. Very good quarterback.
From the 35-yard line with 52.9 seconds to play in the first half, out of the pistol, they'll go to their tailback to the 37-yard line. That's Morales, Cody Morales, number 49 on the carry. Picks up 2 yards to the 37-yard line. So, yeah, one thing to come back from 35 down with mercy rule, but to come back from 49 down.
Well,
if 35 ain't impossible, 49's got to be.
35 is impossible. You can't do it unless the other team just deliberately turns it over.
You're just determined to argue with me, aren't you?
You can't do it. You just
to the 39-yard line, a gain of 2 for Morales.
Because the clock runs the entire
2 yards
time.
There from it. I'm getting you upset. Your numbers are gonna be in error.
Well, that's okay.
That's all right. You're not a teacher anymore, right?
That's right. I don't have to worry about facts and figures anymore.
Well, that brings us to the half. The Panthers with a 49-0 advantage on the Pea Ridge Blackhawks at halftime here tonight on Don Hubbard Field at Panther Stadium. We've got our Magnolia Regional Medical Center halftime show coming up and our Bodcall Bank Panther Spotlight. So stick around for all of that. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Become one of the many satisfied patients who use Prince Pharmacy in Magnolia. Refilling your prescriptions is easy with Prince Pharmacy's new mobile app. You can also refill or transfer prescriptions on their new website, PrincePharmacyRx.com. Prince Pharmacy still has their 24-hour refill line, too. Call 234-7292 anytime. Prince Pharmacy also has a convenient drive-thru and free delivery in the Magnolia city limits. See how they make a difference at Prince Pharmacy in the Southern Medical Group Clinic at 211 East Stadium in Magnolia.
In 2009, the Greenhouse Cottages of Wentworth Place became the first long-term care facility in Arkansas to offer the greenhouse concept. Now 10 years later, Wentworth continues to be an industry leader. Wentworth has been able to maintain their 5-star status, the highest rating attainable by CMS. Wentworth offers both short-term rehab and long-term care beds. If you would like a tour of the cottages at Wentworth, stop by and see us on the Warning Springs Road or give us a call at 870-234-1361.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
All your automotive needs in one stop at Spittler Tire and Auto. Spittler Tire and Auto has 9 service bays and a full team of top-notch mechanics. Their years of experience is just what your ride needs to get back to peak performance. Trust Spittler Tire and Auto with your tires, brakes, alignments, mufflers, oil changes, tune-ups, and more. Whatever your car or truck needs, they'll get it done right at Spittler Tire and Auto in the Dairy Queen Shopping Center at 521 East Main in Magnolia.
Nielsen and Sam Trout. Ladies and gentlemen, Magnolia Public Schools proudly presents the Magnolia High School Marching Panther Band. Next up, we will feature trumpet soloist Jalea Larry on an arrangement of America the Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it great to see the Magnolia Marching Panther Band back on the field tonight? If you want to know what you know, it's our Magnolia High School Marching Panther Band.
To Panther Stadium. Are you ready for me?
I'm ready.
All right.
I am ready.
So let's go ahead and
we got some.
We'll do the numbers thing then first. We've still got our Vodcall Bank Panther Spotlight coming up for you here in just a little bit. But right now, let's get with the numbers on our Magnolia Regional Medical Center halftime show. By the way, the Magnolia Family Medical Clinic, your full-service healthcare provider for all members of your family, ages birth through end of life. They accept patients by walk-in or with an appointment. Call today, 235-3555, 235-3555. All right, what you got there for us, Mr.?
We talked last week about how sometimes stats reflect the game. Once again, we're seeing that tonight. So far tonight, Magnolia with an offensive advantage, 276 total yards for the
276 total or rushing?
276 total for the Panthers, and that's just on 12 plays, 12 offensive plays. And for Pea Ridge, they have got a total of 155 total yards tonight, and that is
how many plays did they run?
They have run 41 plays, so
wow.
A significant difference. But the Panthers have been scoring on big plays. You talked about the scoring summary again, just running these down. Panthers have scored tonight on plays of 52, 56, 50, 71, and 75, and 34. So their shortest touchdown tonight, just a 4-yard run. And normally, you think that's a pretty good run, but that pales in comparison to the other big plays that that Magnolia has had tonight. So Magnolia tonight has rushed the ball 11 times for 226 yards.
11 for what?
226,
All
which
right.
breaks down to about 20 yards, a little carry, a little bit over 20 yards a carry, I believe. And only one pass thrown tonight by Blanchard, the quarterback, and he completed that, a 50-yard touchdown pass to Curry. So 101 passing tonight for the Panthers. 12 plays, 276 yards. For Pea Ridge, the main offense has been their running back tonight, Joe Adams, and I tell you what, that kid, he doesn't have the best numbers tonight, but that kid is really tough. He has taken some hits tonight, and I thought he might have suffered some kind of arm injury after a play where he wasn't even carrying the ball. Adams tonight carries the ball so far in the first half 20 times for 104 yards overall tonight.
That's Adams only.
That's
right?
Adams only, yeah. And overall, though, Pea Ridge has just another. Let's see, with Adams out, they just have another 31 yards of rushing besides Adams. So
How many total running plays?
29 running plays for Pea Ridge, 135 yards.
Okay.
Passing-wise, not really impressive numbers for their quarterback, Zach Withrow. Withrow, 2 of 12 for just 20 yards and 2 interceptions. So, again, 41 plays for Pea Ridge, 155 yards. Penalties are fairly even. Magnolia's had 2 penalties for 20 yards. Pea Ridge 5 penalties for 40 yards. So neither team really has been hurt too much by penalties. Those turnovers have hurt, the 2 interceptions and the fumble. The fumble was picked up and returned for a touchdown. The 2 interceptions, one of them stopped a good drive for Pea Ridge. So those have hurt as well. Magnolia also had a turnover deep in Pea Ridge territory or I should say deep in Magnolia territory that set up a potential scoring play, but that followed with a Pea Ridge interception. So Pea Ridge has really struggled tonight on offense. You could replace the word offense with Joe Adams, and he has been the offense tonight so far for the Pea Ridge Blackhawks. So right now Magnolia up 49-0 at halftime. That's going to do it. I mean, there's not going to be any coming back here. And this, you could put together an NFL All-Star team, and that would do it.
All right, it's 49-0 here at the half, and let's move right along to our Bodcall Bank Panthers Spotlight here tonight. Brought to you by Bodcall Bank, serving us in South Arkansas since 1903. Your needs are always first at Bodcall Bank. Go by and see the new Bodcall Bank at 2125 North Jackson in Magnolia, or visit 307 Thomas Street in Stamps. And the player in the spotlight tonight, he is one of these Magnolia Panther football players. He also participates in track, and he is also in the band here at Magnolia High School. 9th through the 12th grade, he has participated, I think, in both of those sports, football and track, and in the band. He has AP classes in English language and composition. Jacameron Zachary is who we're talking about, carrying a grade point average of about 341, just over 340 for the grade point average for the defensive lineman for these Magnolia Panthers, Jacameron Zachary. So he is the young Panther that is being featured tonight in our Magnolia Panther Bodcall Bank Spotlight, and fine young man. And I tell you what, I guarantee you that there are some quarterbacks that see him in their sleep at night.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. That kid puts on a tremendous rush, and we saw that in one of the plays where Withrow was back, and he just threw the ball in the ground. We thought it should have been intentional grounding, and it was called that initially, but then it was waved off. But certainly he does put some fear in the hearts of quarterbacks.
I've seen some spikes that didn't go straight to the turf as much as that one did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that was obviously.
I don't blame him a bit.
I don't blame him at all. There was not time to find a receiver, and he was about to get put down. There was not going to be any staying up for him.
Well, again, so Jacameron Zachary, he's getting it done a whole lot more places than just on the football field or just in track or in the band. Again, also he's got, he takes AP classes in English language and composition, has a very good grade point average of just over 340. So he's a fine young man and doing an outstanding job, and he's making the most of his high school years at Magnolia High School. So our best to Jacameron Zachary, and we're proud to feature him tonight in our Bodcall Bank Panther Spotlight. Again, brought to you by Bodcall Bank, serving South Arkansas since 1903. So, we will play the second half with a continuous clock. Mercy rule will be in effect. It's 49-0 Magnolia at the half. We will take a 2-minute timeout and come back with the second half. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1. At Magnolia Regional Medical Center, our team of primary care physicians and nurse practitioners stand ready to care for every member of your family, young and old alike, throughout a lifetime. From family practice and adult medicine to pediatrics and women's health, we offer trusted health care right here at home. It's lifelong care for the life of your family. In-person and telemedicine appointments are available, so visit the clinic's webpage at magnoliarmc.org and call today.
What's better than a helping hand? How about one you can actually shake? At Farm Bureau Insurance, that's exactly what you get. There's a local agent like me in every county, and we're passionate about helping our local communities thrive. For me, it's more than a job, it's a calling. I'm Stephen Zorsch. Call me at 234-1966 for an auto, home, or life insurance quote, and learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. That's Stephen Zorsch at 234-1966.
Southern Medical Group continues to take extra precautions to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Southern Medical Group's new respiratory clinic is open. The clinic treats patients with respiratory illness, fever, cough, shortness of breath, suspected COVID-19 or exposure. Patients, please park on the left side of the building and give us a call to check in. You will then be escorted through an alternative entrance. Please do not enter the main building. Let's keep all patients safe. Thank you for allowing our family to take care of yours.
Farmers Bank and Trust. We know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like your family, your job, your health. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs, from online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations. Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank.
So the sportsmanship rule, the mercy rule, whatever you want to call it, will be in effect in the second half. Some other scores real quickly here before the second half gets underway. The winner of this game will play the winner between Brooklyn and Greenbrier. Looks like that's going to be Greenbrier. They're up 43-7 at the half. They're playing at Brooklyn. And like I said, playing at home doesn't necessarily, that's not a guarantee of success.
Not in this COVID year for sure. Usually, in the playoffs, you think that is going to be an advantage. And a lot of times, you've got a much better record. You're playing, you got like a number 1 against a 4 or 2 against a 3. But, this year you got teams that maybe missed some games. And so, like Arkadelphia in the 4, in the 7-4A, they're have only lost 1 game in conference, but they've missed 3 games, and so very good team. But they got the 4th seed out of that conference.
Fairview's doing well too. They're up 42-0 at the half. They're at home against BB tonight. El Dorado's is up big time over Siloam Springs, 47-17 at the half. Just a few other scores to pass along to you. Magnolia will kick it off to Pea Ridge to start the second half, but Pea Ridge, they are in a deep hole, and again they're gonna face the continuous clock. Down 49-0 to the Magnolia Panthers. J. Todd Baker will kick it off. Well, he was kicking deep at first, and then he started kicking the shorter kicks. Let's see what he wants to do here to get the second half underway. Baker's kick is away, and he'll go with the pop-up kick to the near side. And that's going to go out of bounds. He looked like he wasn't even playing around with that one. He just kicked it out of bounds.
And it looked like that he was aiming for out of bounds that time. I'm not sure exactly why, unless they just didn't want to, give Pea Ridge a chance at a return or an injury or something like that.
Yeah, you know what? That's one thing you don't want to do is give them a big play. Yeah. I mean, if that's a big if, I know, but if it is possible to come back from 49 down, which it's not. But the only way you could do it would be you'd have to have obviously a lot of big plays. So they don't want to give up a big play. They want to kick it out of bounds.
You'd have to have some big plays.
You'd have to score on first down pretty much every time, and you'd have to stop on first down the other way. Again, they're more of what we saw in the first half, just running it straight ahead. They go to Joe Adams. Adams out to the 38-yard line, picked up 3 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 7.
Well, I think if you lock the other team in the locker room at halftime, you might have a chance. If you're out on the field,
somebody's got to kick it off.
You might have a chance to. You could do an onside kick to yourself, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still don't know if you'd have time to make it happen or not.
2nd down is 7. Excuse me. From the pistol, with throw, hands off to Adams. Runs right now, weaves back left, ran through a tackler, gets across the 50 and dragged down from behind. Did the ball come loose there?
The ball came loose, and Adams able to get back on it, but kind of brought on an extra hit or two because of that. He was on the ground, but the ball was away from him. He had to scramble to climb on top of it.
River Morgan got the tackle on there. We're going to see a lot of new players out there in this second half for the Panthers.
And that's the good thing about the mercy rule for the team that's ahead. You get a chance to put some of your younger players out there. Let them
get some
a little
experience. 1st and 10 at the 48 of Magnolia. They're going to run wide this time with Adams. Adams on a sweep around the right end, has the first down, running through some folks, and now brought down at the 25-yard line over on the far side of the field. So that'll be a first down. The tackle made by Hazen Fuller. Where's it at the 25? So that's 23 yards. 1st and 10 for the Blackhawks. Get out the roster and get out the old binoculars. From the pistol again, they go to the tailback. Starts up the middle, cuts it left, and he's down to the 15. That's going to be about a 10-yard carry again for Adams. A 10-yard carry to the 15-yard line.
The good news for Joe Adams is that he's going to be so tired on the way home, he's going to probably sleep the entire 5-hour trip on the way back. So that will be a benefit to him.
9:33, clock running continuously in the 3rd quarter. Fake the handoff, and the quarterback with throw keeps it, and he is close to a touchdown. He's down to the 1.
Yeah, it looks like Pea Ridge probably going to score here on this next play if they don't turn it over.
14 yards on the carry there for Withrow. Nope, coming back. There's a penalty. Penalty flag thrown back there at the 15, back at the line of scrimmage, and he's over talking to the coach, Jeff Williams, over on the sideline. I'm going to tell you, those lights on the poles there looking back at you, you put binoculars on and look into those, it could be blinding. I guess I could sue the manufacturer, couldn't I?
I might do
or
that.
At least the installer.
I might do that.
Maybe I could, maybe Marvin Lindsay. He was the AD when those were installed.
Talk to Coach Lindsay about that. If you knew the principal here,
if I only knew a good lawyer,
you could talk to them. Maybe they could move those or something.
On the right team, that player is ejected for the rest of the ball.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Pea Ridge on the center, Cooper Tillman.
So I guess he wasn't rough that time. He was, he was the one doing the roughing.
He might have thought he was being roughed, and maybe that's the deal, but he's been ejected. Unsportsmanlike conduct and an ejection. They're going to end up going, as the play went to the 2, and now 15 yards backs it up to the 17-yard line. So it'll be at the 17 of Magnolia, 1st down and 12 for Pea Ridge. 7 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Continuous clock. They're huddling up, and the officials are huddling up.
Because the was a bit foul, we'll mark it back 15 yards. They had gotten a first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 from this point.
It'll be 1st and 10 instead of 1st and 12 because they had picked up the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. That's what the discussion was about. Morales at running back in behind Withrow, the quarterback, out of the pistol. 2 receivers to the left side. High snap. Hands it off to Morales. Morales running. Boy, I tell you what, he ran through a person or two there, and he's going to get it down to about the 12. That's going to be about 5 for Morales to the 12-yard line of the Panthers.
And number 19 got up off the ground, lost his helmet. Looked like he was about to throw. It looked like he wanted to throw a punch. And I thought we might see another ejection there with Carlos Martinez, but
he does go out.
Martinez does go out now, but it looked like he was a little hot after that play.
Maybe good that he lost that helmet because he had to go out. The officials forced him out because he was turning around ready to come back.
Yeah, he was ready to take on someone, and maybe the entire Panther team after that last play. And Dan, look, we hadn't even had one score here, one possession. We're almost halfway through the third quarter.
2nd down and 5. Quarterback Withrow on a keeper runs to the left side, and he runs into a pair of Panthers there who will bring him down. Darius Jones and I believe that was Jaquarius Easter there helping out on the tackle. To the 10-yard line. That was a 2-yard gain. 3rd and about 3. Yeah, under 6 minutes now in the third quarter. Panthers lead 49-0, but the Blackhawks are driving. After the game, we'll bring you our Farm Bureau postgame show, and we'll name our People's Bank player of the game.
I've got a player I'm leaning toward. Guess who it is?
I got a pretty good idea. Bring a man in motion, right to left. High snap to Withrow. Rolls right now, throws back to his tight end, Samuel Tillman. Tillman trying to run over people on the near side. He got inside the 10 and down to the 7. He ends up picking up 3 yards on the play.
He got the first
Just
down.
got the first down,
got
yeah.
the first down, keeps the drive alive.
So it's 1st and goal now at the 7-yard line. I tell you what, we got Curry's had 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. They were all 3 big plays. But D-Ray's had a couple of big touchdown runs too for the Panthers. But yeah, I would say Curry's probably the front runner here. We got to keep a little mystery in here, don't we?
Like those kids on the Scooby-Doo show, the Mystery Machine.
Ruh-roh. Handoff to Morales. Morales over the left side in for a touchdown, a 7-yard run for Morales.
And the clock continues to run even with the score, so there's going to be almost no time left in this quarter after Magnolia gets the ball back.
We'll try the I think they're going to line up for the extra point. Or are they going to? Yeah, they're going to line up for the extra point. Quarterback's their deep snapper, Withrow. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. It's 49-7. 49-7 Magnolia now. 3:50 to play. Third quarter. Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1. Come enjoy the new chicken collection at Subway. Their new fan faves. For a limited time, Subway is featuring barbecue chicken, also buffalo chicken featuring Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Just $5.39 for a 6-inch or $8.49 for a foot-long. Make it a meal with chips and drink for just $2.75 more. Barbecue chicken and buffalo chicken. Get them while they last at Subway on East Main in Magnolia and at the Subway inside Walmart. Scoring drive, 8 plays, 65 yards. Took 7 minutes and 35 seconds, though, for Pea Ridge.
And the clock's still moving. We're under 3 minutes to go third quarter. And Magnolia's going to get the ball with about 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
Long, time-consuming drives are not a good recipe to come from behind. But they did score. They got into the end zone, 49-7. So they got that goose egg off the board. Now they'll kick it off to the Panthers. Kickoff, pop up is taken at the 27-yard line, coming back across to the right side of the field, to the 40, out to the 50, now down to the 40. That's Harper. Harper's to the 20, tiptoeing the sideline. He's going to the house. Touchdown, Magnolia. The return by Marcus Harper, 4-6 for the Panthers.
That is unreal. Oh my gosh. What a return by Harper. And the clock's still moving here, so Magnolia does take time off the clock, even though they score on a kickoff return, and Harper getting in the scoring column here tonight. And I I tell you what, Magnolia just having their way tonight against this Pea Ridge Blackhawk team.
72-yard kickoff return for Marcus Harper for the Panthers. These two gentlemen sitting here next to me, I'll take their word for it. Extra point kick by Baker is on the way, and it is good. So it is now 56-7 Magnolia with a minute 25 third quarter. Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
We see so many financial scams. Defend yourself. Review your credit reports at least once a year to make sure no one has opened any fraudulent accounts in your name. Be alert for suspicious email. No legitimate business will use this method to tell you that you have to provide personal or financial information. Resist offers for investments that say act now. And if you still get paper financial documents, shred them when they're no longer needed. Talk to an Edward Jones financial advisor, Mark Woods, Steve Hardy, Laura Kroll, or Ethan Young. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
You know what? Somebody else says, well, what about me for People's Bank Player of the Game? Talking about Mr. Harper, a 72-yard kickoff return. Earlier, he had a 75-yard fumble return for a touchdown. So Marcus Harper is he's throwing his name into the hat.
He is. I think he's a good choice as well.
Yeah, we've had some big play folks. The third quarter clock's going to run out. With a continuous clock, it may run out before Baker kicks it off. We're down inside 10 seconds. Here comes the kick. It is away with 5 on the clock, and he's going to kick it out of bounds into the Panthers sideline, and the clock runs down, and that's the end of 3. So it'll be Pea Ridge from their 35 when we come back. 56-7 Magnolia. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
Rocket Fast Car Wash. Rocket Fast. It's a blast. And your vehicle is clean.
Want to keep your car spotless? A Rocket Fast Unlimited Wash Pass is how you do it. Our Fast Pass is completely unlimited with no restrictions and works at all Rocket Fast locations from Monroe to Shreveport, including our newest in Magnolia, Arkansas. Join thousands of others that already enjoy their Fast Pass and keep your car clean for as little as $19.95 per month. Individual wash prices are discounted $2 every Tuesday. Rocket Fast, the fast and easy way to wash your car.
Oh, yeah. Okay, ready. So it's Pea Ridge from their 35-yard line, first down and 10 as we begin the fourth quarter. They bring a man in motion right to left, try the jet sweep to the far side. He ends up being forced out of bounds on the left side over there. It's Nobles there Nobles on the carry, and for the Panthers, that was I think that was Trey John Parker that chased him out of bounds over there, and ends up with 1 yard on the play. Nobles on the jet sweep. So running wide doesn't yield any more benefits than the running up the middle. 2nd and 9 for the Blackhawks. After the game, we've got our Farm Bureau postgame show coming up. They got a new deductible rewards program that rewards safe drivers. Tell you about that in a minute. Roll out right side. Withrow. He throws it up deep on the run. Oh, and that's caught. Backpedaling was Nobles down around the 25-yard lines where he falls to the grass. He was backwards, just kind of running backwards as he got about a half of a step on the Panther defenders, and he hauled it in for a first down. That goes 39 yards.
Yeah, nicely thrown pass that time by Withrow, and sets up Blackhawks in good scoring position here. Of course, this late, just practice basically at this point for the Blackhawks.
Out of the pistol, high snap to Withrow, and he'll hand it off to his tailback. Adams is, I tell you what, he stays behind his blockers, and he just keeps moving forward. He got down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, 11 yards for Adams, and a first down for the Blackhawks. Again, Farm Bureau with a new deductible rewards program that rewards safe drivers with earning percentage credits on their deductibles. The only rewards program of its kind in the state. Back to Adams. They go starts left, now cuts back right. He's down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. That is 11 yards on the carry, and it'll be first and goal.
Yeah, Adams has run the ball hard all night long, and he doesn't have a touchdown yet, but he could pick up his first here on this possession.
I would guarantee you he wants that football.
He deserves
right
a touchdown
now.
at this point.
Yeah, out of the pistol. Does. High snap again, and he goes to Adams, and Adams will get into the end zone. Just runs it straight ahead. That is a 3-yard run for Joe Adams for the touchdown.
Not that I want to see Pea Ridge score, but certainly Joe Adams deserves that. That was his, 26th carry of the night. He has really put in his work so far this evening.
Stewart on for the extra point for Pea Ridge. Another high snap, but the extra point, that's a high kick. That may go to the next county. It's through the upright, and it is good. So it's 56-14 now. Magnolia with the lead over Pea Ridge. Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
I am Callie Epperson with Bodcall Bank and a proud graduate of Magnolia High School. Congratulations to the Panthers for making the playoffs, and good luck. We're with you all the way. I love cheering on my team, and I look forward to serving you at Bodcall Bank. Go Panthers! Beat the Blackhawks.
Kamarian Adams, I'm not sure which. Six plays, 64 yards, took 2 minutes, 14 seconds for Pea Ridge to score. By the way, about the new deductible rewards program at Farm Bureau, go to afbic.com, afbic.com/drive-down, afbic.com/drive-down. Kickoff for Pea Ridge. Line drive, kind of a side spinning one. Went through the hands of Abear, and he turned around and couldn't find it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be inside the 25, out of bounds at the 24-yard line, off the hands of Jacob Abear. So that's where the Panthers will have it, at their 24-yard line to begin this drive. After the game, we're going to name our People's Bank player of the game. People's Bank offers curbside banking at all 3 locations. They can take care of all your banking needs while maintaining social distancing with convenient curbside banking. Give it a try. People's Bank, member FDIC. I think I better go to the roster here. Let's see. The quarterback is Tanner Nielsen. That's Javarier Murphy at fullback. We haven't seen Murph much in the backfield tonight. He's played a lot on defense. We hadn't seen him much on the offensive side of the ball. I believe that's Abear and Adams, the 2 slots. Abear in motion from the left slot. The handoff goes to the fullback, Murphy, and there is nothing doing up the middle there for the Panthers. He actually lost about a yard on the play. Back to the 23. So second down and 11 for the Panthers. Arkansas Activities Association, one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. There's a pitch that was into the ground, and Kamarian Adams tried to jump on top of it. We got a pile up, though. I think Adams did get in there. That was not a good option pitch. It went down at the feet of Adams, but he was able to get on top of it. It's going to be a loss on the play. Back to the 19-yard line, a 4-yard loss on the play. Loss of 4. And
they are giving that ball to Pea Ridge.
They did. Okay.
I thought Magnolia had come up with it, but instead.
I thought Adams had it, but okay. Pea Ridge football at the 19-yard line of Magnolia. Excuse me.
Well, there was no signal right away. It took a minute or two for the officials to
I don't think they're in a
kind of
hurry.
sort that out, and they're not in a hurry. Pea Ridge trailing, they don't look like they're in a hurry either. And Dan, you could cover this long enough to know there's not much worse than having a long drive home after a loss in the playoffs, and that's what Pea Ridge has ahead of them.
From the pistol, handoff again to Adams. Adams running straight ahead. He is spun around, and the tackler there for the Panthers making the tackle, Kadarius Jones. Kadarius Williams. He grabbed on it. He was not going to turn loose. 2nd and 5 after that 5-yard gain. Ball at the 14 of Magnolia. High snap once again. They go to Morales this time at running back, and Morales weaves through traffic and carries it all the way in. It is a 14-yard run for Morales. He just kind of weaved left, right, just went on in for the touchdown.
Nice little run that time by Morales, and Pea Ridge still playing hard, and this late and trailing like this, but this is probably going to be their last score of the night.
Extra point kick from Stewart on the way, and it is good. So with about 3:45 now on the clock, it's 56-21 Magnolia. This is Panther football on Magnolia's Country 99.1.
The Corner Clubhouse are proud supporters of Magnolia Panther football. Stop by and see us downtown on the square Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Dine-in, takeout, or delivery is available. Give us a call at 870-949-2828 today. Go Panthers!
So the Arkansas Activities Association, one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. The association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. There's a pop-up kick that goes not only to the Panthers sideline, but behind the Panthers and back onto the track.
Yeah, the cheerleaders kind of looking over. Luckily, they didn't get hit. They weren't expecting that.
The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. I have met my guidelines. I have made my quota.
I don't have to turn you in now to the
AAA announcements.
They asked me if I keep an eye on you tonight. Turn you in if you didn't.
I saw you making notes over there. That were a little
you thought I was keeping
extracurricular.
stats on Magnolia, but I've got a stat box for you too, Dan.
So it'll be Panther football from their 45-yard line.
They can run about 2 plays here. We're just about done with this thing.
Yeah, we're down to 2 minutes, the continuous clock. Bear left slot, right slot is Davis. There's Nielsen on a toss. That is Adams on the sweep to the right side, and he was tripped up and brought down at the 46-yard line, just 1 yard on the carry. Adams there, Joe Adams on the defensive side there with the tackle. So 1 yard carry for Kamari and Adams. 2nd and 9, minute 25 to play in this game.
And they haven't even turned on the plate, just now turned on the plate clock. Magnolia can take it down under a minute if they want to.
Farm Bureau post-game show coming up after the game, and we'll name our People's Bank player of the game. We'll visit with Coach King as well. There's a toss on the sweep. That's Adams coming to the near side. He's inside Blackhawk territory to the 45-yard line, brought down by defensive end Samuel Tillman. That'll move the chains. It's a gain of 9. First down for the Panthers, under 50 seconds. Panthers can take a knee now, and they will. 40 seconds. Tanner Nielsen up under center. They're going to let the play clock wind down. Still at about 12 seconds.
Well, they could run it now, and
yeah, he's down.
There wouldn't
now.
be enough. Yeah, there wouldn't be enough time on the second play.
There's the knee, and that'll be the ball game. So the Panthers win it 56-21. They advance to the second round of the 5A playoffs, and the Panthers will be right back here on their home field again next week, as they'll be taking on the winner of the Brooklyn-Greenbrier game. And Brooklyn trying to come back in that one. It's 43-21 now. Greenbrier leading in the fourth quarter at Brooklyn. But here the Panthers win it 56-21. We've got our Farm Bureau postgame show coming up, and we'll name our People's Bank Player of the Game. This is Panther Football on Magnolia's Country 99.1. You push that on the right there, the button.
People's Bank drive-through services at our main bank are back to our regular hours. We're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. To prevent the possible spread of the coronavirus, our lobbies remain closed at each of our locations. Remember, you can bank anywhere, anytime with the People's Bank online banking and mobile app with mobile deposit. Depositing checks on our mobile app is almost as easy as taking a selfie. We're all in this together. Let's continue to keep each other safe. People's Bank, member FDIC.
Be right back. Mark Trout, they did it for me. I was hoping for a playoff win on my birthday here tonight.
Oh,
and,
happy birthday,
all right,
Dan.
man.
Yes.
We got
I don't
it.
think we talked.
We got it.
I should have mentioned that earlier tonight. Dan is another year older.
I'm 39.
Not
39.
another year older, another year better.
39 and Holden is.
That's what I do.
Jerry Lee would say, right?
I'm holding it to 29. So
29. Okay.
I'm just going to hold.
You trying to tell me you look 10 years younger than? Well, you do look 10 years younger. You look about 20
I don't
years younger than
look
me.
that. I am that. So.
Yeah, you're a few years.
I'm a few years younger.
On the younger side of the old man sitting next to you here.
You know what I said? I wasn't going to turn you into AAA. I think that's gone now. I think I'm toggling right after we get off the air.
Well, thank you for being with us on the Farm Bureau post-game show. Farm Bureau with that new deductible rewards program that rewards safe drivers with earning percentage credits on their deductibles. It's the only rewards program of its kind in the state. To learn more, just go to afbic.com/drive-down. Talk about safe drivers. There's a safe driver standing on the field down there below us. Mark King. Hey, Coach, congratulations. Big win.
Hey, thank you. The kids, they played lights out tonight on both sides.
I was going to say, thank God we don't have to make a long drive home like those other fellows are going to have to make. But your guys came out and they made a statement early, didn't they?
Well, they did, and we told them if we come out and play our brand of football and our style of football, there should be no doubt, and don't give them any hope that they can play with us. And our kids did that. They accepted the challenge, and I can't say enough about our defense again tonight. Pitched a shutout in the first half, had a couple of turnovers. The offense turned the ball over one time down deep, and the defense turned right around and got a big pick and, got it back for us. But we were clicking on all cylinders tonight. Offense, defense, and special teams were big too.
I'd like to see the replay on that. That was a pretty good pick there. He went up there and pulled down. That ball was slung pretty good.
He did. He did. I think Jakeem had a real good pick. Marcus had a couple of. I don't know if he had one or two, but then he got the scoop and score. He had a good night and the kickoff return, and I think we had oh gosh, not Bug, but Carey. BJ had a big punt return, a couple of big runs for us, and we didn't get to run the ball very many. I mean, I think we ran 15 offensive plays in the first half, and that's all we got. But we made the most of it.
Well, it had to be a little worrisome, Coach, coming in here tonight because you mentioned Bug, and of course you come in here, Bug can't play. You got some guys that are quarantined, and that's just unfortunately the nature of the beast, I guess. And James Darius wasn't available tonight, so you're without a couple of your big guys that you've counted on this year.
Yeah, we are. And
other guys as well. Yeah.
Bug and James, they're a huge part of this team, and we had a couple more sent home Thursday for contact tracing, and we were worried about Bug, especially on the defensive side, because he's everywhere on that side. Him and Sean Bell kind of lead us on the inside, in the front right there, and at linebacker spot. We were worried about him not being here with the way their offense, they attack inside the tackles, but we put Dalen back in there. He's a good linebacker. Started the season for us there, and he hadn't been playing since we moved him to quarterback. But we knew we had to have him tonight, so he went both ways for us, and stepped up big.
You have had that may be the one good thing that has come out of COVID, is that it's kind of forced you to play some people this year to fill in, and so you've got guys that really have played a lot of reps for you.
Oh, we do, and that is the positive side to COVID. A lot of our young guys have had to get a lot of snaps and play a lot for us on Friday. When they would normally just play JV football for the year for a 5A school, but they've had to step up, and they've done a great job for us. I can't say enough about the work they've put in and what they've done, what they've been able to do to help this football team.
We were talking about Cameron Zachary. We were talking about I don't know if you may not even be familiar. You got more important things going on at halftime than listening to what we're saying. But we've got a little thing we call our Bodcall Bank Panther Spotlight, and the guy that we featured tonight was Cameron Zachary, and try to talk about some things that they do other than on the athletic field, and his grade point average, which is way up there, and just a fine young man. And of course, you got a lot of fine young men on this football team.
We do, and Camo, Cameron, everybody calls him Camo. He's a great young man. He's a great football player, but he's a very talented individual. He can do all kinds of things. He is a good student, and we do have real good kids here. Our I don't know what our team grade point is, but it's way up there. It's high. We got some smart individuals that really care about academics, and that's what we tell them. You're a student first. Academics, and if you don't make the grade, you don't play, and they know that, and they do a good job in the classroom.
Coach, this has been this year, and tonight's no exception. This has been one of those years. It's just been a big play team, man, and we had a lot of big plays tonight.
Well, it has, and that's the beauty of this offense. You can pound it and get 3 or 4 yards a pop, and then boom, bust a big one. And like tonight, they were bound and determined to try to stop us from getting on the edge, and we had to get a couple of formations to, where we can get the edge, and and then they kept widening out, so we kept running inside the tackles, and D-Ray breaks that long 70-yard run, and then that's nothing but the zone dive. He just happened to bounce it. And a huge hole right there, and he hit it, and we're good enough to go inside or outside.
And on the other side, those guys from Pea Ridge, they got some big offensive linemen, don't they? They were just content to just try to bang it at you up the middle, weren't they?
Oh yeah, and we knew that coming in. I really thought their game plan was going to be try to shorten the game, eat the clock, and just get 3 or 4 yards of pop and run it right at us, get behind those big offensive linemen, and we were kind of worried about that, and knew we would get limited offensive possessions. And I told the guys, I said, we got to score every time we have it. And but our defense front did an outstanding job of stuffing them in the first half. And they had one drive extended by a penalty, or I don't think they got a first down in the first quarter if they had them in for that penalty.
Well, Coach, I don't know. We don't have a final yet. Your game finished so quickly here tonight. But Brooklyn and Greenbrier, of course, you got the winner of that game, and you're playing. Want to let folks know you're playing here again next week. Brooklyn is the home team in that one, right? And Greenbrier's jumped on them pretty quick here tonight. I think they were up 43-7 or something like that at half.
Yeah, I think Brooklyn's one of those teams that's been ravaged with COVID also.
Have they?
And they're struggling this year. Greenbrier's a very good offensive football team. They're going to be 5 wide, chunking it about every play, spreading it out over the field. So, our defense will have a work it out, but they rose to the challenge every week, and we'll go back, and the coaches will work this weekend, get a good game plan, watch a ton of film, and be ready next week.
Well, I don't know how much time's left, but it ain't over yet. Brooklyn has come back in the second half. we've got somewhere in the fourth quarter. It's 43-28 now, Greenbrier. So Brooklyn's not out of it yet. So we'll see how that one comes out.
Well, we don't care which one of them. We're just happy we're playing at home, and whoever wants to make that trip down here to Panther Stadium, come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amen to that. Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach Mark King, joining us here after the game. Panthers win it tonight, 56-21. 56-21 over the Blackhawks of Pea Ridge. And again, thank you for sticking around with us on our Farm Bureau postgame show. Talk to your local Farm Bureau insurance agents, Mike Jones, Steven Zorsch, Jeff Hansen, and Brett Blair for all of your insurance needs. And stick around here in just a minute. We'll be naming our People's Bank Player of the Game. People's Bank offers curbside banking at all 3 locations. They can take care of all your banking needs while maintaining social distancing with convenient curbside banking. Give it a try. People's Bank, member FDIC. 56-21 again is the final. Are you still tabulating?
I'm done tabulating.